Clips. And remember, citizens, always subscribe. Hit the notification bell as well. And $19.95 plus shipping and handling will keep you out of hell. Alrighty, boob tubes, another one of Kip's clips. So, is the world still here? Are we still alive? Well, yeah, but everything's still the fucking same. So, this isn't my first rodeo. Through my journey through the Truther Industrial Complex, the Truther movement and all that, one of the things I've always really enjoyed or got into is what is often referred to as geopolitics. And ever since I started paying attention to it and trying to be objective and just seeing who's on whose side and what might be happening underneath the surface of all this shite, I've been like that. There's been a global conflict going on for fucking ages. So this isn't my first jumping on the bandwagon World War 3 shit. This happened before fucking Syria, which is still a anyway, right, I want to try and catch RT at the top of the hour, so I'm going to take a wee journey through all the shit that's happening, man. I feel refreshed because I've been away playing computer games and eating chocolate for a week, and it's great to switch off, but I still get that body deep into my football, so it's hard not to hear the ripples in the pond. But I'm talking about Talk Sport and the top of our news and shit. But other than that, man, I ain't been consuming daily dose of shite, which I think is healthy for everybody to do. You know, go and do something you used to enjoy doing when you were a kid, or a TV show, television, or a fucking. You know what I got into there, right? I was playing Alone in the Dark. I'm paying attention at the time here because I want to get the RT news at the top of the hour. And because it's on this shitty Rumble piss, you can't really pause it. It's not as good as the BBC's. So take a wee journey through the BBC, have a look at Sky News, have a look at those they're not even news channels. We touch at Al Jazeera, which nutjob's trying to ban. Freedom, dum-dums! We'll have a look at RT and Press TV, which has just brought their stream back up after being down for a wee bit. But I want to catch at RT top of our news, man, because it was well interesting.
Kaleidoscopic, isn't
it? But anyway, through my journey, I've always got to the geopolitics here, and I've this isn't my first World War 3 Russell Brand jumping on the bandwagon shit. This is I'd made videos like this when Syria happened. So that's America, aka the West, versus Russia. And since then things have escalated. Do you remember Syria just went away? I think Syria just as a country and as a war just must have retired. Now we've got fucking ISIS getting fucking brought out of retirement. Al Qaeda have even heard out of retirement and everything. So here's a list of the shit that I'm going to hope. Oh, hold on. This is what we want to be listening to.
Committing an act of terrorism with an attack on an Iranian consulate in Syria, in which
yeah,
several
baby.
high-ranking officers were killed. Angry demonstrators take to the streets of Iran's capital, chanting anti-Western slogans.
But World War 3 isn't happening, folks. There's Israel, aka the West, just directly struck Iranian soil. Since Syria, but it's Iranian soil, technically speaking, killed all sorts of diplomats and fucking high generals and all sorts of stuff.
Rogue, and nothing happens.
But and again,
an IDF airstrike on Gaza killed several foreign aid
World War
workers
3 into my channel, or World War 3 is happening now, or World War 3 is happening, and you'll see this is
the situation on the ground isn't
just
great.
Pointing around the world and going, what's going on here?
600 meters away from
everybody's too busy fucking,
which is the next settlement west out of Bakhmut.
Russia gains ground against Ukrainian forces on the front lines, destroying American tanks that were recently supplied.
Menopausal woman and fucking little dick-ass gamers fucking thinking they're big and clever and just fucking tearing strips off each other. This is all came for a truth movement. Do you know what the truth movement is nowadays?
For the latest global
Truth
news
movement is turned
roundup.
into this morning of fucking the internet.
We start with the recent escalation in the Middle East. Iran's mission to the United Nations has accused Israel of conducting a terrorist attack. Iran says an Israeli airstrike killed multiple high-ranking officers at its consulate in Syria. Tehran's envoy to Damascus vowed retaliation.
The Islamic Republic of Iran has never left a crime of the Zionist regime without a response. Certainly the Zionist regime and its allies know that they should wait for Iran's proportional response to this villainy, which is based on Iran's wisdom and will be conducted at the proper time and proper location. We have never witnessed this type of crime committed. There are international laws, and they have kept the boundaries, even though many of our diplomatic boundaries were broken and some of our diplomats were martyred. In my opinion, the Israeli regime is at a dead end and is compensating for its failures in confronting the resistance front, especially the failures it suffered in Gaza.
Tensions are once again on the rise between Iran and Israel after a period of relative calm. Iranian media sources have now reported that Israeli missile strikes have targeted and completed entirely destroyed the 5-story building of Iran's consulate in Damascus. The strikes also hit the ambassador's residence, but the ambassador and his family were reportedly not present during the attack and are now safe. According to Syria's official news agency, Sana, the strikes were carried out by what they refer to as the Israeli enemy and targeted the Mezza neighborhood in Damascus. The strikes caused significant damage to the buildings around the Iranian embassy as well. The Syrian foreign minister immediately condemned the assault.
Our people are accustomed to responding to such cowardly aggression and will demonstrate to all of humanity that such aggression should be met with even greater resilience and stronger support for the Palestinian people and resistances, whether in Iraq, southern Lebanon, or anywhere else. We expressed condolences for the victims and our sorrow over such attacks carried out without any justification against diplomatic institutions. We emphasized the need to continue Syrian-Iranian relations as they are built on morals and values, unlike Western countries that heartlessly support Israel in committing such crimes.
Iran's foreign minister also said that the attack on the Iranian consulate building in Damascus is a violation of all international obligations and conventions, adding that this will not deter Iran from supporting the Palestinians. The back and forth exchanges between Iran and Israel had subsided following the Gaza conflict. For now, we hear comments from the Iranian officials, especially from Nasser Kanani, the Iranian spokesperson for the Iranian foreign ministry, who has warned of serious repercussions. He has said that Israel would be liable and responsible for any more escalation, wider escalation on a regional scale, because Israel has assaulted the Iranian consulate, and that is based on the Iranian foreign ministry. That is a clear violation of all international laws and conventions.
Among those killed was a senior commander in the elite Quds force of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Mohammad Reza Zaidi had served in the military for 44 years. He took part in the Iran-Iraq War and later became the head of the Quds force in Syria and Lebanon. Russia has called for a UN Security Council meeting on the attack, which is due to take place on Tuesday. Meanwhile, other countries in the region have strongly condemned the strike. Pakistan has called it a major escalation, while Saudi Arabia said that targeting diplomatic facilities is a violation of international laws. Investigative journalist Vanessa Lee, who lives in the Syrian capital, told us she heard the explosions from the deadly strike.
For other countries and diplomatic
came in at
relations
about
just
5 o'clock. It was
evaporate,
a massive
and then that's when the big guns
I'm
come out, 'cause you
in
can't go
the
fucking
western suburbs of
level
Damascus,
cities
and it
without worrying
sounded
about killing your own.
literally next door. So the first 3 strikes were extremely loud. We could then hear the air defence engaging. the entire building, which is
Don't do your due
the Iranian
diligence on her,
consulate, which I
man.
believe was used as a
See who her dad
residence
is.
by the ambassador, was destroyed.
You start
Civil
thinking,
defense
oh, she's
teams
doing what I
are
want to
looking
hear
through
on
the
our
rubble, but the
team.
entire building is destroyed, so we're pretty sure that everybody inside the building was
casualty
killed.
war.
It was a huge
Fucking
escalation. I mean, we did have another strike, if you remember,
Brought to
in
you by the
central
Truth
Damascus,
Movement.
in the same
Truth
area
Movement,
back
it's not
in
more than
January. But even this morning
crap
at around
talking
4 or
heads,
5 a.m., I
regurgitating
could
shit
get the time
on
wrong
the
because the
behest of
attacks
their
are coming in
masters.
pretty fast
Some
at
of
the
them don't
moment
even
from
know they're
Israel.
doing it because they're just fell into the fucking cult. And they start following bitches like that, or RP for example, thinking they're telling you the truth because they tell you what you want to hear. You can't compute. Can you take it all?
Gathered outside the former Israeli embassy in Tehran after the attack. Demonstrators were seen burning Israeli and American flags. They also showed support for Palestinian people in Gaza. Iranians have demanded retaliation for the strike on the Iranian diplomatic.
Nothing better than that music to make sound
Israel
like
has always had a
crazy Arabs,
barbaric
innit?
character, but its action tonight was more than that. Its action questioned
programming,
diplomacy
it's the
itself.
programming.
It was aggression on Iranian territory. The building next to the embassy was part of the embassy. It was an inhuman and barbaric action.
Oh, mate, I watch our people with my eyes
Since
open.
Israel has directly attacked this time, in other words, it has declared war.
Touching on
Our response
all
should be
forms
public
of the
and
bull
clear.
crappiness.
This must be reviewed with strategic forbearance. If Israel finds the courage to attack Iran directly, it must be destroyed.
Meanwhile, the Iranian Foreign Ministry has summoned a Swiss embassy official who represents
I seen a
Washington.
quote there, I don't know by
Iran's
who.
top diplomat says the US,
Saying
as a
that-
supporter of
that's
Israel,
right.
must be held accountable. An IDF spokesperson
Original war.
has declined to directly
That is
comment
man.
on the strike, saying that Tel Aviv is focused on the goals of the war in Gaza. We spoke with political analyst Saeed Mohammed Maradi, who says the West is responsible for Israel's actions.
This was a direct attack on Iran and Iranian territory. This is unprecedented. And the Israeli regime made a clear decision to murder Iranians in the embassy. So there will be major ramifications. The regime will definitely pay a very heavy price. And the Iranians will make sure that the regime understands
Iran
that
and
this
Russia
will not
banning
be repeated again. So I think
banning
the days
Western
and
press.
weeks ahead will be different
That's in
from
the
what we've
front of
seen
freedom.
until now. The Israeli regime
Until
has
we
the full
do it,
support of the
RT
West.
get out, Press
They
TV get out.
can execute
now,
doctors, they can
they're
execute
kicking
children, they
Al
can
Jazeera
bomb
out of Israel.
houses and hospitals. They can do whatever they want because they have the full support of European
This is why you
countries and
can't
North
watch this shit
American
every day.
countries.
It's like,
And
oh, I meant to get the picture of clockwork
that's why
orange
we
shit.
see them
And all
regularly
they're doing
bomb
is to,
Syria. That's why
invoke
they
that emotional
regularly
response,
bomb
which makes you
Lebanon.
very
That's why we see
susceptible
the
to
genocide in Gaza. And
suggestion,
that's why they
hypnosis,
now
mass
are
hypnosis,
bombing embassies.
they drip
The
dead
United
bodies
States
and all
and
the fucking
Europeans
spoils
have
of
created
war
this
and
situation
see,
where
like, people
this
that are interested
regime,
in this shit and
an
what's going on in the
apartheid
world,
regime,
every constantly
is-
fucking
goes
day,
rogue
if not
and nothing
every
happens.
hour, a couple of times a day, just seeing all
Over
these
to
dead
Gaza
bodies
now,
strapped in
where
front of them.
several foreign aid workers were killed by an Israeli airstrike on the city of Deir
who gives a
al-Balah.
fuck?
Warning, you may find the following images disturbing.
Yes!
4 of the victims represented
why
the
don't you
US
just not show
non-profit
us them?
organisation World Central Kitchen. The volunteers were Polish, British, Irish and
Or
Australian
are we getting showed these
nationals.
images
The
for a
Israeli
fucking
Defense
reason?
Forces have promised to investigate the circumstances. The NGO has called the incident a tragedy. The organisation's founder had this to say.
The World Central Kitchen lost several of our sisters and brothers in an IDF airstrike in Gaza. I am heartbroken and grieving for their families and friends and our whole WCK family.
You're watching.
These are people, angels.
Keep
I served
watching.
alongside in Ukraine, Gaza,
All right,
Turkey,
Roberto,
Morocco,
man,
Bahamas,
happy
Indonesia.
Easter, everybody,
They are not
by the way.
faceless.
It's a new
They are not
beginning.
nameless.
Happy New Year!
The Israeli government needs to
Or is it
stop
April
this
Fools?
indiscriminate killing. It needs to stop restricting humanitarian aid, stop killing civilians and aid workers, and stop using
this?
food as a weapon. No more innocent lives lost.
All these
Peace starts
NGOs,
with our
they
shared
don't know who
humanity.
they're bought
It
and
needs
paid
to
for.
start now.
We don't know who's paying these motherfuckers
Members of the
wages.
international community have
And there
strongly
might be
condemned
hundreds
the
of
attack
fucking
that killed the aid
Jesus
workers. Some
sandals,
nations have
well-meaning
demanded an
motherfuckers in these
investigation as well
NGOs
as
that see the top
accountability
or some
from
cunt
Israel.
This is
if not a million man's books
that should
injected
never
into
have
them
occurred,
for
that is
intelligence
completely
gathering
unacceptable,
at the
and
very
Australia
least.
will seek
And then Russia
full and proper
locks up that Wall
accountability,
Street
as you would
journal
expect,
fucking journalist for a
how this
fucking
could
year.
have occurred.
And it's like,
We
whoa,
certainly
they
have
could
already
possibly
contacted
be working for
the
the
Israeli
fucking
government
Americans.
directly. We are contacting the
Happy
Israeli
New Year,
ambassador
motherfuckers! Pay your
to
taxes.
ask for accountability here. The truth is that this
How are
is
the audio
beyond
levels, man? 'Cause I've been
beyond
fucking about this
any
shit.
reasonable
In fact,
circumstances. Someone going about providing aid and humanitarian assistance should lose their life.
I hope and demand that the Israeli government clarify as soon as possible the circumstances of this brutal attack that has taken the lives of 7 aid workers who were doing nothing
Only
but
7?
helping.
They're not getting bang for their buck, man. They're about $1 million a
Israel
pop.
has removed its soldiers from Al-Shifa hospital in northern
Hope
Gaza.
you're keeping well,
These
Roberto.
images depict the aftermath
Happy
of
New Year
buildings
onwards and
hollowed
upwards, mate.
out by the bombing and streets
All that
littered
jazz.
with rubble. According to Gaza authorities, the IDF
I'm looking
killed
at it
around
here in a
400
beautiful
Palestinians and
spring
wrecked
day in Glasgow.
over 1,000 homes
Grey
during
and
the
fucking
raid.
wet.
The Gazan Civil Defense Force said it found decomposed bodies inside the medical complex. One corpse was
how
apparently
many?
discovered handcuffed with a bullet wound in the head. Dozens of
only
bodies were
one?
located in residential buildings around the hospital.
Oh, it's the
Here's how
fucking
a
beeps
local
on my
doctor
phone
and
telling
the
me.
International Red Cross
Oh, this is
have
beautiful.
described
One
the
dead
scale
child
of
and
the
two seriously. Hold on, this sounds fucking...
I could not hold back my tears upon witnessing the damage here. I
Yes,
did not shed
I
tears
would
for
not
my
do
own
this.
home being damaged, but I did for the destruction
We have
of the
never
hospital,
been at war
all
with
the
the
medical
world.
staff and the wounded people in Gaza. As a large
One
medical complex,
dead,
Al-Shifa
one
Hospital
dead,
used to have
one child dead and two
750
seriously
beds. No
wounded
other
in
medical
Finland.
institution in Gaza had such
That's
a
on my
large
list,
scale.
man, of shit to talk
It
about.
also had 26
Topics.
operating rooms and about 32 intensive
hold
care
on, man, 'cause
units.
this is just...
All of that has been destroyed beyond
Nothing you've not
repair.
heard before, man.
Al-Shifa
Different
Hospital has
place,
to be closed
maybe a
permanently.
different number on the deed, but nothing you haven't heard before. And then it's this is Russia making you think the fucking West are the fucking worst people put on the planet. And then we'll watch the BBC and see if they just ignore it because they've lost the argument. Or they try and convince us how big bad Ruskies are or something. So here's the list of shit that's getting inside everybody's nuts because World War III, man, is the info war. Never seen a war like before it. That's what we've known as the First World War that was fought over the interwebs. AI, Biden dying, the King nearly dying, Kate nearly dying, the revelation that Puff Diddy is a pimp. The clue's in the fucking name. Fuck me. And rich people hook up with fucking young hookers. Whoa, strike me, blow me down. Putin used to have cancer. Now it seems to appear to be the whole Western world. Nut jobs, the next one on the chopping block. School shootings, aka the Finland fucking thing I got there.
They referred to in recent comments has raised questions. Even
over there.
Israel's
the boat
US
onto the bridge.
demanded
I think it was was it Boston or something? Probably got that wrong, right? It's not they fucking, and everybody's talking about, oh, the conspiracy. Here's my conspiracy. Russia just fucking leaked. Russia or Germany, or people within those thingies trying to serve each other's purposes, leaked an intercepted phone call when they were talking about blowing up that bridge in Crimea. Putin and the Ruskies have heard that, man. Boom, fired back with the fucking leaked phone call, if it was indeed them. I went, right, you're going to blow up our fucking bridge. You're going to blow up our bridge. Because if you look at that, man, what happens is the fucking boat seem to lose power or some shit. If you lose power or something with that amount of weight going in a direction, it's going to fucking crash into something. So that's my conspiracy on that, man. That was the Ruskies. The Ruskies is a big fuck you to the Ruskies is a big fuck you to the West wanting to blow up the Crimea Bridge. Then, if you look at the Western world dropping down deeds, Biden, the King, Kate, the future, if the King dies, the future King William is now known as a philanderer because all his dirty washing's online. And if you're going to attack a country, you weaken the Pope, it's mind games, winning hearts and minds. This is not new propaganda. So you weaken the citizens' confidence in the hierarchical structure of their society. That's why the shit's now coming out about P. Diddy, or it's getting made into some weird conspiracy. Oh, fuck me, that guy blew hookers around the world. Stop the press. I speak about that endlessly. The bridge thing, world elections. If you don't notice, in every corner of the globe there's a fucking major ass election going on. And you can see where the political pendulum is going. Which is obviously good for world peace. Israel, full stop, genocide. I mean, the word genocide is now known.
Hamas attacked Israel and the war in Gaza started. Sunday demonstrations brought together more than 100,000 of people. Organizers say Monday rally is expected to
anyway, Israel, genocide, Gaza. We're probably going to watch. We're watching some of the fruits of that tree. Who's on whose side? Well, I don't know if you know. It seems to be fucking turning into the bricks against the old school, the old world order versus the new world order. What else have we got? Cost of living. Right, this is what I should have started with. How long have we been in a wartime economy? The cost of living crisis is rationing by the fucking back door. We're in a wartime economy. We have to direct funds for the citizens to the military-industrial complex because we're in a wartime economy. Blocking TV and fucking social medias. And the bastions of freedom of the press and freedom here, freedom there, and fucking stroking your dick and your ego with the word freedom. The West is now blocking all sorts of fucking TV stations, social media stations, TikTok and all that. But remember, Facebook good, TikTok bad. Why is TikTok bad? Because they're collecting hundreds of data. Hello, McFly! Hello, McFly!
Russia, where
so,
12
hate laws in the UK.
In a drone
we've just upped the ante here. We've just upped the ante here. And enshrined that shit into law, right? I'm going to break the law live on the internet. I fucking hate Scotland's new hate laws and every political fucking muppet that agrees with them. Oh, hold on, I'm hating on some cunt. A political ideology
came amid other attempted attacks on
and
Russia. Authorities said
that's now classed as a crime up here in Scotland. J.K. Rowling's challenged them as well by calling a trans.
Authorities said the suspects provided money
and weaponry. I'm dyslexic, I get things wrong the wrong way. So I might intentionally fuck this up.
Investigators have said the concert hall incident was linked to Ukraine.
A trans woman, a man. Is that what she's saying? She's saying something like that. I think she's called a trans woman a man because originally the trans woman was a man. So genetically speaking, the trans woman is a man. Mental. Welcome to this isn't 1984, motherfuckers. It's a sequel. 2024.
Truly devilish cunning
Northern Ireland
plates and icons. Intercepted on the Latvia-Russia border. The unholy cargo bore markings in Ukrainian.
This is brilliant propaganda. Ooh, Ukraine are now.
As the driver confessed, explosives made quite a voyage across Europe.
Yeah, They're smuggling them in fucking religious shit.
I moved to Russian territory to the city of Moscow, where the unloading was supposed to take place.
This is the business,
I drove
man.
through Romania, reached the Romanian-Hungarian border, where I submitted all the necessary documents. I was examined and checked. No problems were identified, after which I drove into the Schengen zone. There were no obstacles on the road.
Well, manufactured and packed in Kiev, it was shipped all the way to the town of Chernovtsi, where it crossed into Romania, easily sneaking under the radars of the border guards, which is a dumbfounding slip on their behalf. Since for the past 2 years, the Ukraine-Romania border has been among the tightest in the world. Both Ukrainian and Romanian border guards have been viciously effective at preventing both contraband and Ukrainians who are fleeing mobilization from crossing the border. You can see they were pulling literally no punches here. But this time, a literal truckload of explosives somehow evaded their scrutiny.
Right, so that's that good shit, man. Smuggling the arms, explosives, etc., etc., and statues of the Virgin Mary.
In Latvia,
remember,
too, where they
Mary was a virgin.
Into Russia. If it wasn't for the Russian
Northern Ireland, that guy's just getting done for rape. So
cataclysmal.
I'm not saying he didn't do it or he did do it.
How the fuck was 1.5 times greater than the power of
TNT. Hokey.
The mass of the seized
In the
explosive
sense that people would have probably been aware for this for a long time, whether it be friends, political rivals, or the intelligence services, and they wouldn't have done anything about it until now.
This was placed here
because
on
of the political
so
situation in Northern Ireland. Whether you understand this or not, it's hard to get your head around. It's a real crux of the matter about whether in and around Brexit. Nicola Sturgeon, part of the political hokey-cokey as well. Everybody would have known she was on the take forever.
Detonators
Politicians aren't honest, folks.
Industrial
all
sabotage
at it, more or less,
of moderators
in one way or the
special
other.
units of the armed forces to commit sabotage were found in the icons.
People
Kits
know
for
this
assembling
information, hold on to
improvised
the
explosive
information for the
devices
right
were also
time.
found in the
Nicola
icons.
Sturgeon, drone attacks.
Comes to church or wherever the icon is situated,
Time
of course he wants to
probably
somehow
get to see
pray and don't think about potential danger which could come from the icon. That is why it is an awful way how they are trying to
we would rather they smuggle in their explosives. They're not using religious icons.
have towards icons to kill them. This is totally inhumane, and I think it only can come from those who don't have any clue of morality.
Last year, we reported on a very similar case when Ukraine tried smuggling explosives into Russia.
They've went on to just full-on Ukraine propaganda. So, let's go to the BBC.
World curling, and have been used in every Olympic Games.
Yep, that's exactly what I wanted to know about.
So now they wanted to see the Arctic life.
Over recent years, other Arctic regions have also seen an
The
upswing.
BBC does have the best
Northern Norway
playback
has
thingy.
outpaced the rest of the country.
A school shooting in Finland. Police say the Israeli airstrike.
Here we go. Top of the hour. Top of the morning to ya.
Live from London, this is BBC News. Britain is among 7 aid workers, mostly foreign nationals, killed in what a US-based charity says was an Israeli airstrike in Gaza.
I just spoke to WCK founder, Chef Jose Anders, and expressed the deepest condolences of Israel Defense Forces to the families and the entire World Central Kitchen family.
A school shooting in Finland. Police say the gunman was just 13 years old. An expanded childcare scheme rolls out across England, but critics of the plan claim it's not enough. Donald Trump posts a $175 million bond in his New York civil fraud trial.
God, that's the show that keeps on giving, innit? It really is the show that keeps on giving.
I'm Nicky Schiller. Welcome to the programme. We start this hour in the Middle East. The aid organisation World Central Kitchen says 7 of its aid workers in Gaza, including a British national, have been killed in an Israeli airstrike. Now, these are some of the latest pictures we've had from the scene.
Right. Albeit me to be sceptical, right? And depending if you've picked a team, if you've nailed your flag to a mast, you can put me in a team or whatever, right? I'm trying to be objective here. I don't think the IDF woke up this morning and went, you know what? What's that there, Abraham? Let's go and fucking kill some fucking aid workers. Yeah, what a great idea, brains! And then he took to the Apache or whatever, or however this looks like. It probably looks like a helicopter attack, doesn't it? With that small hole in a single car. And I don't know nothing about nothing. I'm just saying it doesn't look like a drone attack. But that's what I was going to say. Drone attacks aren't as they're like people think when they say drone attacks. Well, maybe this is my ignorance. But people assume when they say drone attacks, it's this big massive drone up head like that, thrown in little missiles, position missiles. That ain't what the majority of drone attacks are. Basically what these are is remote controlled fucking rockets. Right, so they fly them in, and they prepare it that way because it takes less fuel, you know? And then the money they save on the fuel, they can pay for the fucking PlayStation remote control. They guide it in, and they literally just. So it's like kamikazes, man. And that used to be frowned upon in warfare. Fucking cowards. You know, there used to be some structure to warfare. Now it's all fucking ISIS, Al Qaeda. Fucking, we're going to blow you up here. Drone attacks. You know. People used to look down the nose at the Nazis for just lobbing fucking rockets indiscriminately into countries and shit. Happening all the time now. But no. So you're relying on that guy, you know, to have a epileptic fit playing the computer game to get that shit on target. So what, as I was saying, I don't think that's a well. Here's a 3D chess way of working on it, right? We witnessed in the Red Sea with the Houthis and all that. The Houthis attacked a Russian vessel. Now that wasn't the Houthis aren't attacking Russian vessels, right? But if you think about it a wee bit deeper and away from all the news, from all angles, you would say that they were fed bad intelligence for that reason, so they would attack that vessel. So they get in their intelligence stream, they get fed that that's a British or Israeli or American ship, thus they attack it. I'm going to argue that this could possibly be the same thing. Because look, that's a fucking precision fucking attack. You know the ones you see when they just take out cars and convoys and shit? And this is years ago when you used to get this footage all the time and you'd be like, he's in the fucking car, third from the front, and you would just see something like right into that motor. That's what that looks like. So, whoever struck that thought that there was a high value target in that vehicle, and they're not reading the fucking logos on the top of it. I mean, like, call me crazy if I was Ming the Merciless and I wanted to stop cunts bombing me from above. And all I had to do was slap a logo on the top of my motor. I'd be all good, baby. So, I don't believe that's what happened there. It's fucking atrocious, it's horrible, but I don't believe that Israel woke up that day and went, what do you want to do today, brains? Let's go and kill some Westerners in a truck. I think that's a bad thing. It's happened, obviously, because they're out fucking the families. Right, it's obviously happened, but they're not going to turn around and go, fuck, we fucked up. because of bad intelligence, but that's what it looks like to me. Anyway, I digress. Let's get back to the wars.
You can see damage there to the roof of that vehicle, marked with the World Central Kitchen logo. The US-based charity says it's suspending food distribution operations.
NGOs, man, fucking everywhere.
The Israeli military says it's conducting a thorough review of what it called a tragic incident. World Central Kitchen says those killed are from the UK, Australia, Poland, a dual US-Canadian citizen as well.
Oh, that was a twofer! That was a twofer, what a shot, man!
The Deir al-Bala warehouse after unloading aid.
Yeah, man, you couldn't write this fucking any better, couldn't you? You genuinely couldn't write that any better.
An attack against WCK. This is an attack on humanitarian organisations showing up in the most dire of situations where food is being used as a weapon of war. This is unforgivable. Well, the British Foreign Secretary, Lord
God knows how they managed to get this, but
X,
that's a good play, innit?
On the killings of those foreign aid workers in Gaza.
However they managed to get the Israelis to attack.
The World Central Kitchen aid workers in Gaza is
killer, man. That's a good day at the office for them, innit? You'll be getting bonuses for that shit.
This information and will provide full support to their families. We have called on Israel to immediately investigate and provide a full, transparent explanation of what happened. So that's the British Foreign Secretary posting in the last few minutes.
That guy's getting crazy in his eyes.
From our correspondent Graham Satchell.
Looks like he's not slept for a month.
The bodies of aid
right, we get the picture here, right? Don't you actually?
For the charity World. The smiling
going
right, there's the Australian thing.
Using food as a weapon.
Using food as a weapon.
Definitely the Zionist regime knows better than anyone that such crimes and violating international law will have its response in an appropriate time.
The deaths of foreign aid workers in Gaza will put international pressure on Israel. Governments around the world will want assurances that charities and their staff can operate safely. Graham Satchell, BBC News.
Well, Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari is the spokesperson for the Israeli Defense Forces. He released a video statement on X promising an independent investigation.
This is Gotham City, man, and we've fucking slipped into a different dimension when statements are now getting released through X. Oh my lord, what world are we staying in, man?
They fulfill the vital mission of bringing food to people in need.
Mate, serious question. Do you need sunscreen in Israel? That's a genuine question.
Apparently.
Your genetic homeland, buddy.
I just spoke to WCK founder, Chef Jose, Anders, and expressed the deepest condolences of Israel Defense Forces to the families and the entire World Central Kitchen family. We also express sincere sorrow to our allied nations who have been doing and continue to do so much to assist those in need.
Where did that rocket come from? Where did that helicopter come from?
To understand the circumstances of what happened and how it happened. We will be opening a probe.
There's a big hole in the roof and 7 people dead.
Further. This will help us
could be brains?
The risk of such an event from occurring again. The incident will be investigated in the
ceasefire or pull the fuck out
mechanism. An independent, professional and expert body.
Is it just me or the more he talks?
For the last few months, the IDF has been working closely with the World Central Kitchen to assist them in fulfilling their noble mission of helping bring food and humanitarian aid
dead people
to the
and
people
sorry
of
to
Gaza.
families and all that.
WCK also came to help Israelis after the massacre of October 7th. They were one of the first NGOs here. The work of WCK is critical. They are the front lines of humanity. We will get
NGOs are the front lines of humanity.
And we will share our findings.
We've got attacks on consulates, which is technically speaking
Hagari, and we've just had
attack on foreign land. So diplomats are no longer secure in countries, and NGOs are now getting fucking blown up and shit.
In Gaza, adding clearly there are questions
it's
that
looking
need
good,
to
folks,
be
for
answered.
shutting shit
From
down.
Rishi Sunak,
They can't, I don't think they can
Prime Minister
pretend
here
that
in the
we're
UK,
no
where
longer at
international
war
editor
for
Jeremy
long.
Bowen is in
No,
northern
you're not getting
Israel and
rationing.
has this update on the
No, electricity really
the latest
has
that we know is that this
tripled in
incident
fucking
occurred.
price.
The reports
We're
out
not
of
doing it
Gaza
because we
are
can't.
that
We
they
need to direct
coordinated
all those resources
their
elsewhere.
movement with their
Fucking
vehicles that
blowing
apparently
everything,
were clearly
all
marked,
prices up left, right, and
with
centre.
the Israelis before they moved. And yet,
Oh, you shut up, you spook. We need to. That was an armoured vehicle, man. Armoured car. Voodoo. Yeah, we need to investigate what happened. Looks like the cunts inside were vaporised, doesn't it? But at least they didn't know what was going on. They wouldn't even had the fucking chance to kick their
domestic
kiss their
political
ass
reasons,
bye-bye.
the Israelis, particularly the Prime Minister, Mr. Netanyahu,
Pretty sure that's
have
how
not
they're
wanted
designed,
to
innit? They
engage
let
with
go
the
through
whole
the roof,
business of
and then
who runs Gaza,
just
not
explode
just after
inside,
this
and
war
that's
has
a
ended, but
contained vessel,
what
innit?
about
So
when
just be
Israel's
like
been operating with its military in a certain area
on
and
this.
then they pull out? So
What a way to
it's
go,
a
man.
chaotic situation.
Now remember,
and I think that operating in
every
that
single one of
situation
these deaths is done in the
dangerous
name of
and it's
fucking
difficult,
God.
and we saw this morning
Some stupid ass fucking
Well, another
book
US-based organisation,
mindless
American Near
idiots
East Refugee Aid, which
believe
also plays a key role
and
in
then
providing food to
justify doing that, you
Palestinians,
fucking
has said it
fuckers.
is also freezing its operations
Fuck
in Gaza
them all
after the incident.
in the
Our
ass,
Middle East correspondent
sideways.
Yolan Nell, who's in Jerusalem,
Mate,
gave
go
me more
get some
details
sleep,
on the
man.
deaths of the aid workers.
So we had quite a thorough statement from World Central Kitchen saying that its team had been involved in unloading more than 100 tons of food aid.
Right, we've heard that, right? So, AI, we're getting tuned to the moon with the fear for AI to make sure that we can't trust anything we see. Because when at times of war, and with the interwebs, we're going to get shown shit you don't want to believe, or people don't want you to believe, but it's there. That makes any sense. So you can't believe anything. Everybody just is in complete confusion. At times of war, you want a strong leader, don't you? I give you Biden. Right? That cunt is death's door. The King of England, cunt's on death's door. Cancer. Kate, the future Queen, on death's door. Or got cancer. Our future King, if old fucking Charles kicks a bucket, William, whether it's true or not, it doesn't matter. It's the perception. He's now perceived as a philanderer. One of the strengths of the West, and it's been laughed at by the commies and the Chinese, and the Ruskies and all that for ages, is our kind of celebrity culture. And then, like, people wake up to the revelation, a guy that calls himself P. Diddy. Puff Daddy. What does the P stand for? We wake up to the revelations this guy is a what is it, a sex trafficker. What sex trafficker means is he's got bitches on the payroll and they travel the world. So the fact that he's getting termed a sex trafficker leads me to believe that, like, it's either just cannon fodder for the masses to divert your attention because people love that shit. But yes, people are starting to lose faith in their icons. Biden, he's nearly dead. The King's got cancer. Kate, giving out fake photographs. P. Diddy, oh my God, he's a sex trafficker. Yes, but he is, man. Fuck's sake. Years ago, the Putin get cancer rumour was about. Now Putin's fucking stronger than ever. School shootings in Finland. What recently changed in Finland? They started conscription and joined NATO. And this happened in a primary stroke middle school. I do believe the bridge and the boat over in America, was it Baltimore or something? And it was critical. It's critical infrastructure. I think I heard the figure 30,000 vehicles go over that a day. I don't geographically know where it is. I need to check that out. But I know it's a critical commercial fucking hub. What happened there? It looked like the boat lost power, thus couldn't steer and hit the fucking bridge. How would a boat lose power? Who knows? Oh, there's some breaking news. What is it? Oh, the Finland shooting. Brilliant.
Also a minor. Now, a press conference is taking place at the moment. We can show you those live pictures there. The police have been briefing the media on what has gone on. They have said in the last few minutes that there has been one fatality and they are calling it a tragic day. Well, let's get more.
Fucking hell, man. How many... Like, the news is there's been a school shooting in Finland. You don't need to go in like... Clockwork Oranges, man. Be afraid. Show some ducks in a pond while reporting this news. I think that means you could take it easier. So we had the bridge thing. World elections, the world is in flux. Russia just had an election, America's having an election, the UK's having an election, France is having an election, Portugal just had an election. Sweden recently just had an election, I'm sure. Don't quote me on that. And who did I miss out there? The Netherlands has already had an election as well. Cost of living crisis is rationing. We're in a wartime economy. So it's to divert the funds away from the citizens into elsewhere. We're in a wartime economy. Staying in a free society where they shout about our freedoms and freedom of the press is the sign of a free society and stuff. Blocking TV channels. Saying the BBC's not propaganda but RT is. Same thing. Russia are bad for blocking the BBC. China are bad for blocking the BBC or trying to block the BBC. It shows that they've not got freedom of the press. But RT and Press TV get to fuck. And the social media tickety talks. Oh, TikTok spying on you. It's gathering up all your data. It's wanting to know this, that and the other. Hello McFly. Hello Facebook. You know what I mean? It's like they're relying on people not to be able to objectively stand back, play a computer game, watch a bit of football, play with your dick or something, and objectively think about this shit. The hate laws in the UK up here in Scotland, I fucking hate them. And I hate the political ideology behind that fucking hate law. So hating a hate law is could play with this all day. And fucking long gone, J.K. Rowling, I fucking hate Hogwarts and fucking Harry Potter and all that, man. I don't hate it just doesn't entertain me. But go on, hen! Fucking hand them their fucking ass. Challenges, motherfuckers! Because if a scumbag like me get arrested over this shit, we wouldn't investigate any of this pish. It wouldn't matter. But you're going to get fucking people's flaps or balls that have been turned into flaps flapping over this shit. And it's fun to watch. Challenge authority when the authorities fucking overstep their fucking authority, man. But remember, I've held my own elections and I'm the fucking king and the Lord of Hustoria, so their shit doesn't affect me. I'm just diplomatically bobbing and weaving between Hustonia and the UK. Northern Ireland, just all the political scandals that are now coming out. Everybody thinks, oh, it's just because they done that, it's coming out. They're all at it. The intelligence services probably know all, if not their friends, families, lovers, yada yada, etc., etc., etc. And then this information is held for political purposes. So I always question the timing of this shit coming out. Everybody's like, oh my god, can you believe FIFA? Can you believe little Sturgeon was on the take? Aye. Aye, quite easy actually. But why is it coming out now? That's where my head goes to automatically. And those drone attacks, I think that's the first time I've watched one of them on video. I knew this was how they were doing it, right? But my perception, I don't know if other people's perception is the same. When I hear the news talking about drone attacks, I always used to think about a wee thing flying overhead, boop, 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 dropping some bombs. That ain't what it is. A lot of the time, sorry. Most of the time it's just bombs with fucking wings attached so they don't use less rocket fuel and a wee fucking guidance system on them. With some cunts with a computer screen, that, and a satellite uplink. Literally like a computer game, you know? And I remember back when the fucking Truther movement was about the Truther movement and stuff, and they would talk about all those games that you used to play, like basically creating the warriors of the future. The drone part's there. They're just working on the fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger part. It won't be World War III, a Northern European war. Yes, the only reason that others were called World Wars. Mate, that's a really good point. Like, World War I, for example, was known as the Great War until the second one came along. And even during World War I, it wasn't called fucking a world war. It was just called We're at War. And then they branded it the Great War to stop all fucking wars. So you're right, mate, it's just a branding. Right, Trump posts bail.
$1 billion bond in his New York City.
Right, I can pause that shit. That's on the Skypes. What the fuck was that? No, it's a background. That's Skypes, that's on the YouTubes. The rest are on YouTubes. I just wanted to catch RT at the top of the hour, because you can't pause that shit. But this is what I've done before, and I love doing it because I love maps, right? So pick a country, any country, right? Portugal, they've just had elections, which has moved the country towards the hard right. Spain, have they ever been in a war ever? Has Spain ever been in a war? Apart from slaughtering their own fucking motherfucking folks, have they ever been in a war? That car is external proof. You can polish a tub. France, right, Macaroni is talking about sending troops. UK, well, can you call the Northern Irish border thing? It's a dispute. Picking a side, pick a side, any side, pick a side. In the Netherlands, they've just got Wilders, got the most votes. I need to get up to speed with that. Fuck knows about Belgium, right? But I know that the Congo's a lovely place to go on holiday. And remember, it's a lovely place because it's called the Democratic Republic of fucking slaughtering cunts in the name of Belgium. I mean, the Democratic Republic, Mr. Ungo Bungo here. It's just a coincidence you get a big bank account paid for by fucking Belgium. I know the ex-colonial powers and shit, just a big coincidence, don't think about it. Germany, they've been stuck in the middle because they were like, the Silk Road, the new Silk Road the Chinese are building, that ends in Germany. One of the plans is to take it right up into, it was either East or West Germany, I can't remember now. If I looked at the cities, I might get a better idea. Nah. Sorry. But the idea was the Chinese to bring, the idea is for the Chinese to bring the Silk Road. Yeah, I forgot to say this, like, this is going to be a long one as well, because I want to show why I think this stuff. Because it's interesting to look at the map of the new Silk Road and then compare it to a lot of the war zones as well. KZ, I get, like, how do you classify a world war? Does there have to be conflict, i.e. kinetic warfare in every single country? Or is it who these countries are allied to at war and strategic positions of the world? Like, for example, the Red Sea, the Straits of Hormuz, all the very, very important trading routes. Now, on top of that, let's look at a map of the new Silk Road, or proposed new Silk Road, which China are in the process of building, by the way. And it goes into Africa and all that as well, man. That's not fucking very good, is it? Right, well, you get the idea, even though it's like one belt, one road, China's new Silk Road. Oh. Where the fuck are we? Right, so you can see there it goes right into Germany, goes up into Moscow. The red line is by road, and the blue one is by sea, which is obvious, right? So as you can see, the Chinese New Silk, and that goes right into, where the fuck's that? The northern tip of Italy, isn't it? And that's how China are planning to economically dominate this whole landmass, couple of continents. And that's why everybody's flapping about China, because that's the plan. This isn't a conspiracy theory. Let me see if I can show if I can fucking work this thing. In fact, let's just see what's recently, 11th of January, right? So relatively recently this year, Century Angel's got a new Silk Road jewel. Now the Uzbek city has a new major tourist complex. That's not really what I'm looking for. Russia's war could I'm looking for. Here we go. There was something 2 weeks ago. China's Belt, that's the official name, Belt and Road Initiative, provokes divided narratives in Kenya. So these are the things, well, this is what I would say, these are a lot of the things that are going on, a lot of people don't touch base with or aren't aware of, but I think is part of the bigger plan, you know. I remember back in the early days, the Truther movement, people would always point to the article from The Economist that was going around at the time. It was around the same time as the Project for a New American Century, which I would say isn't a coincidence. But they were looking at the projections of economies, and they came to the conclusion that China was going to be the biggest economy and unstoppable by 2050. I think they reduced that estimate down to 2045, 2042 or something. Which meant if they're going to take out China, they need to do it now. How the fuck? So if you're top dog and you know that somebody's going to come and knock you off your perch, and would you attack before they were bigger than you? And that's the way of the world. And I think that's always been the way, if you look at it economically speaking. I mean, the armies have to be bought and paid for somehow. People aren't going to go to war if they'll not get food in their belly, X, Y, or Z. Anywho, so that's what I was doing. So that's and China's getting the pipeline into them. Sorry, no China. Germany's getting the pipeline into them for Ukraine, through Ukraine, Russia's cheap gas. That's why Germany's had a lot more support for Russia than other Western entities, because they were getting a really good deal. They were making a lot of dough off the pipeline deal. Interesting enough, is Switzerland part of the UN? NATO? I don't know. I think they're part of the UN, but I don't know if they're part of NATO. I was just wondering that. So whose team are they on? Who knows? The Vatican. Whose side are they on? This the little boy side. Ukraine's at war. People are saying that that's like the front line between NATO, all your European major players, and more against Russia. You've got Thailand. Fuck, I hate the way that does that. And it screws my... It's fucking Thailand. Taiwan, sorry. Thailand. Fraudulent slip. We've got Taiwan, which is again in a flux, and that's the Chinese versus the West. And as that goes on, you can say it's military or not, but you've got... Well, Coast Guards are technically classed as military, I do believe. And you've got them having games of chicken. All the US, all the US allies, the US warships, all playing chicken with each other in disputed waters in the South China Sea. So that's going on. The biggest, I've not heard that yet, William. I think they've found the biggest deposit of rare minerals in Switzerland. I don't know if that's a set up for a joke. A set up for a joke, or that's the script. But they won't be in any fucking war. They'll be all good. Like, see when wars are going on, and if like nowadays they go on for years, don't they? Syria, Ukraine, good examples. Elsewhere in the world, shitholes in Africa, man, where they're fucking tearing strips off each other just by coincidence for decades now. The rich people need somewhere to go and have their fucking skiing holidays, man. So Switzerland will be good because all rich people need somewhere to go and ski. That's just a fact. And I'm pretty sure... No, I'm not sure at all. Is there any horse racing? Is there any horse racing courses? Horse racing courses in Switzerland. Fuck, I've just realised I ain't fully recovered and I've got a tickly throat. So we've got China swinging their dick over Taiwan. Not to mention, in fact, this is going to be a long one, so I can actually just show you what I mean. China and Africa. Because I believe you can be at war with somebody without shooting each other in the head. You know, and like some would say, all the wars have been economically driven. Committee on Foreign Affairs. How many countries in Africa are China involved in? China currently has military alliances with 6 African states, 4 of which are major oil suppliers. Sudan, that was on fucking Wesley Clark's list, wasn't it? Algeria, Nigeria and Egypt. So watch out for a few wars, a few terror groups bouncing up in those neck of the woods. Do you know who else China had a big alliance with? Well, let me show you because I'm just a madman talking pish. But China, Libya, before they kicked out Gaddafi. China's 2020, when did we kick Gaddafi out? That was after that. I'm looking for like earlier things, right? Libya express willingness to join Belt and Road Initiative. Can you see what it is yet? Right, so all the major players, and China, one of the biggest... I'm trying to think of... China are the biggest player in the BRICS, aren't they? Libya, Russia and China strengthen their presence. That was February 2004. China to start reconstruction work in Libya. Flood hit them. So they bounce into Africa. Like, the Western model is to bounce in and offer them fucking loans and they fuck all apart from get loans and then keep them as debt slaves forever. China works slightly different. They bounce in and fucking say, right, we'll build you all this infrastructure and get their influence that way. You know, they build the infrastructure with the loans. Whereas the West bounce in and go, hey, we'll loan you all this money. And then leave them to it. And then they wonder why all the fucking cunts start killing each other over big bags of cash. Oops! Hey, Walter, well, what's that? how the tribes are killing each other. What is that? We gave them loans, and then they started killing each other. He's like, hello, McFly. So that's the different models, it's the different economic models. What's one of the books that's out there, man? You can find this referenced all over the interwebs. Confessions of an Economic Hitman. And that's exactly what they do. You bounce into the country and go, all right, Abdul. Whoa, Abdul, you're smart as fuck, man. You've been to fucking Cambridge, haven't you? No, my master. No, I used to be a colonial slave or some shit, right? And he's like, yo, what? You're perfect for the job, Mohammed. Right, so what we're going to do, Mohammed, is we're no longer your master. But what we'll do is we'll give you bags of cash. But you need to pay it back once you've made that money of using it on your economy with interest. And little Mohammed or Abdul or whatever is sitting there going, okay, sir, give me bags of cash. Give me bags of cash. What we'll also do is we'll let you buy lots of weapons with this cash. But you have to pay the cash back with interest. Give me hundreds of fucking weapons. And they all start killing each other. And then Walter and I asked, oh, what? Oh, I'm so shut. It's fucking hilarious, man. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know why people can't see, I don't know why a lot of people can't see that's the model. And why they're shocked it happens. You know, Gaddafi was fucking one of those dudes, right? But he started doing too well. Paid back the loans. And fucking went like that, started building up his economy and all that. Like, oh, hold on a second, pal. you're no for. And then he started funding people in Libya to overthrow Gaddafi, which Gaddafi crushed with all the weapons that they bought after fucking Western powers in the first place. It's one big shit show that goes round. And this has been going on a long time. Now it's just the big motherfuckers getting their guns out. China has to get crushed. Has to. I don't want to be under a Chinese communist fucking regime. Them being the dominant fucking mother power. Us fucking great unwashed motherfuckers will get less if our fucking masters have less. Do you know what I mean? Call me a house nigger if you want, right? But that's the way I see it. So I would rather us go to war with China than Russia. I'd just fucking nuke them, but that's just me. But I don't know, this is what I see happening. So that's the Confessions of an Economic Hitman, man. So that's what's happening in Libya. See, I love maps. Full of information. Right. So there's China, the One Belt, One Road Initiative. Is it a military front? Where's China fighting? Well, it's a ball hair away for being a hot front. In the South China Sea, ball hair away. The shit that's going down in Taiwan. Like I always want to say Thailand. Me love you long time. Taiwan. Is frustrated. Like China has said openly, they declared that Taiwan is ours and we're going to take it back. And if we need to, we'll take it back military wise or whatever, however you word that. And China are due and on course to become the biggest milking motherfucker in town by 2040. And the West are shitting their pants like that. We need to crush these motherfuckers somehow, some way, and paint ourselves as the good guys again. And not just the shit show that is the world of geopolitics and all that. So, Saudi Arabia, they've just came out and condemned the Israel shit and all that. What's happening in Israel is just like, Israel's like a beachhead for the Western powers to fucking, Western Christian powers to project their power into that peninsula. You know, like, if you get me. So, alright, aye. So so the so-called truth movement was turned into this morning. You go around it, man. And it's just a cult of personalities and people fucking like Count Spunkula telling you scary stories. Tommy Robinson fucking selling you books. Charlie Veitch going around provoking Jeremy Beadle. He's no This Morning, he's Jeremy Beadle. Is that Sarkon Assad still about? He's for the autistic people who think they're pseudo-intellectual motherfuckers because, I'm so intellectual because I've read the book and I'm on YouTube. Russell Brand, I don't know who he's for, your fucking political schizophrenics. Anyway, I'll bounce back into the news and see if there's any more shit over there. Right. Well, Roberto, you're back in, my man. I can't read anymore. I need to get my eyes tested, man. I think they have found the biggest deposit. Alright, dang, I got to stop skiving. Seas around. See you later, Paul, my man. Roberto, pick a side, and you have to fight. Remain neutral like Switzerland. You'll be alright. Well done, rhymes. Peace out, Paul. Maya media mogul, high kips, clips and chats. So my thoughts on World War III is a fight for the soul, spiritual warfare. Maya, you may be right. I would disagree and say you've been caught. Well, you know what, right? If you believe in organised religions, I think you're right. Because in all these sides, you can see a core of organised religions, which, in my opinion, was the first organised crime. They're the OGs. They're the mafia bosses, man. And they've fooled us all into thinking they've got no power around the world. So, if you believe in organised religion, Maya, maybe you're right. If you think it's a fucking fight between good and evil, you're sadly wrong, man. You're tuning into the moon. In fact, who am I to say you're wrong? That's not something I believe in. See, you believe in evil? Hold on. The best way to explain it, God and the devil. See, you believe in God, you need to believe in the devil. To believe in the devil, you need to believe in God. Fuck that. That's pure fucking monotheism thinking. Why don't you have fucking 1,000,001 gods or spirits? I don't know. But Maya, I think outside the box. I like to hear that. Iran will test a nuclear weapon. Do you think, mate, that'd be fucked up? Do you think that's what Iran's going to do in response to... Oh, do you know what, by the way? That's a good shout, buddy. That's fucking making no grey matter. Rather than striking anybody, they could conduct, maybe, do what North Korea does when they're swinging their dick. Conduct missile tests. Capable. And they have got nukes. I think it's pretty accepted that Iran has nukes. I might be wrong in saying that. It's been ages since I've kept up to speed on this shit. The evil has never been so recognisable. No joke. Setup was something I watched a few months ago. They have some mineral that they use for batteries. Oh, that'll be that copite or something. Or is it... is it blah blah? Mate, I think I know what you're talking about. That the price for that minerals went through the roof since they're talking about going electric. Yeah, maybe there is a conspiracy between trying to move us all onto electric cars. It's to get the price of that mineral up. You know, like, imagine you were ahead of the game, and you knew that the Jesus sandal wearers are going to move the public consciousness towards electric cars and away from petrol. But you would need an explosion in battery production, and you would need that mineral. Then, thus, if you could go out, if you were ahead of the game, you could go out and buy all the land where all the old minerals were, then make a mint. New conspiracy I've just seen that's trying to get pushed. Prince William has brain cancer. What next to keep the people's heads? Heads firmly up their farter. Spot on, Alan. Here's another way of looking at it, right? Now get your tinfoil hats on for this one. So, who's that fucking Lekov or some shit that Russia apparently poisoned in London, and you always get that picture of him lying in his bed, baldy, looking fucking like a fucking nuclear bomb victim. And I'm acting like I've not got the internet here, right? Keep forgetting that. Putin has cancer. That's why I wrote Putin has cancer in earlier on, because I was thinking, because this was maybe 10, 15 years ago or something. New York Post. There's Newsweek. Oh, fuck. Right. So this is pathetic. You know, like, see if you just want to show, like, just lazy propaganda. That one lazy propaganda is saying, the Russians were giving their troops hundreds of Viagra and they were going around shit. They used to use that with ISIS and stuff. They were dishing out Viagra and they were just going around fucking shagging the fuck out of women. I've heard that shite getting peddled in about fucking 20 million different war zones, and it's just a bit of shit to throw at the wall. And don't let that fool you, the New York Post, as if it's got some air of authority. This paper is full of shite. Fuck off. But anyway, Putin cancer Roman swirl again after Pentagon documents leak. Now, I don't know about you. What do you think? So, we do it to them, and are they doing it to us? Or have Livtienko or something? Live in the Nenko. Can't he speak at the best of times, never mind trying to say Russian names. So, wait, the Ruskies, have they got some sort of a space alien weapon, or they've injected it into the food, or they're so implanted in Western society that they can control these things, and they've gave Kate cancer, they've gave Prince Charles cancer, now Big Willie's got cancer, right? That's where the monarchy going. Fucking the outed fucking who's the pedo one? Andrew. Well, he get caught with, what was she, 17 at the time? Right, so old man shagging 17-year-old, fucking horrible, disgusting. I'm not defending the royal family, and I'm just saying it as I see it. Like, so anyway, I'm pretty sure the hoo-ha was that he broke laws in some states in America, but not in others. Over here, he'd have been good in the hood. Don't misquote me on that, by the way. That I think she was 17. That wee chick he was pictured with. But who knows what else went on. So, I'm going to look at the thing, mate, of our hierarchy. Right? Because we could end up with a fucking... Now, remember these people are head of state? Right? So, if Kate dies of cancer, right, the king dies of cancer, right, and it would go to William. If he died of cancer, then if Kate died of cancer, would it go to... What's the wee Sprogs' names? I can't remember the wee Sprogs. Are they next in line? I don't know. I'm going to check that shit out. It's good for a little bit of conspiracy talk in it. So, then, you've got Biden looking like the picture of health. Fucking Mr. Magoo floating like that. What the American presidents, when you become president, you can't open your eyes. You just try to always look like a cowboy. Squinting in the sun. Ready to pull out the 6 shooters. You know, I'm just thinking of him and fucking George Bush, the man back in the day. So, strategic patience is over, boom. It's going to get nuclear. I don't know, man, because if one starts launching it, then the other start launching it, and then we're all fucked, you know? It's more I think it's just more swinging dicks. Call me fucking optimistic. World War III is happening just now. Nah, it won't go nuclear. Nah, it's just swinging dicks, innit? It's mutual destruction, reassured mutual destruction or whatever. It's the balance. It's mad time. At least Mum ain't got to suffer no more. Exactly, mate. You should be looking down and realising what a bunch of pish this all is. Is Kip reading this? Kip is reading this? True Rab? Just not fucking constantly, mate. Not between me talking pish. Nah. Zion, Rob, much love from Australia. Freestyle, Zion, I converted to Islam. I don't think it's organised. You don't think Islam's organised? I'm pretty sure fucking I've seen fucking 20 million fucking Arabs bouncing, dancing around a big fucking square cube at fucking Mecca. Nah, that just happens randomly. Islam isn't organised. Give me a break, mate. Nah, they all just need to pray fucking to Mecca all around the world at the same time. In fact, that's something I need to find that out. Did they go by the nation's clock, or is it by fucking Mecca's clock? When they need to, did they need to think with Mecca? Is that the whole point? I don't have a clue. I believe it's, in a sense, Kip is being a spiritual warfare. Not a religious spiritual warfare, but a spiritual warfare. Fuck's sake, mate, you know fucking how to write good sentences that fucking a dyslexic can fucking read, can't you? Didn't you? Like good and evil, yin and yang. Balance the spirit energy of the moral man. That's a good way to say it, mate. Moral man. Deciding for yourself what's right or wrong and doing that. Good cunt, bad cunt stuff to make it simple. They will need more energy and water for cooling the AI systems with fict. William, here's this thing about AI. What a bunch of shite. Right, now think about what they use to scare us with this AI stuff. It isn't artificial intelligence. See, when I think of artificial intelligence, I think of self-learning machines. What we've got is very intelligent algos. Right, and the algorithm has to get written into it how to learn for your input. If that makes any sense. Isn't it self-learning? I'll give you an example. What was that shit? Was it Google or Facebook or some shit put out? AI! And somebody put something out and people were putting, can you show me a Roman centurion? And it was popping up black people and all that. And the whole of the conspiratard land was in meltdown. I'm like, you're trying to scare us about AI and then pointing at how pathetic it fucking is. I don't know. Call them, I'm a conspiracy world schizophrenic. I believe Islam is the light. Good for you, my man. Especially cancer. I wish not. Holy Family of England and Wales. Andrew going to be the king. Mate, in fact, I'm acting like I've not got the fucking internet. Keep forgetting that. British Royal Family line of succession. Don't worry, the AI brain of Google, otherwise known as an algorithm, will correct me. Right, so there we have it. Prince of Wales. So what is it? Would go to wee Georgie boy, man. Ho ho ho! We could have a baby fucking head of state again. So you're looking around the world, right, for strong leaders. Who have you got? Biden or Trump? Times of war. Do you want Mr. Magoo or the Orange Man? Right, times of war. Head of state over here, right? Who have we got? Fucking Romulan. Fucking Sir Keir Starmer. While our head of state is going to be a baby boy. Right. What have you got over in fucking France's head of state? It's the wee fucking, I don't know, he looks like a wee fucking gaitard, doesn't he? He doesn't look like he would fucking floor you, man, like fucking Prescott. If you hit him in the face with an egg or something, man. Like, that's what my fucking baguette. Oh, fuck's sake, man, I was right, man. It's that wee fucking baby George. I forgot his name, but I knew it'd be the wee one. Where's Prince Andrew? I thought Prince Andrew was in the mix, but is... Fuck's this pish? Deny! Hey, just give us a list. Here we go. The line of succession. This is for the royal.uk. Princess Charlotte? Who the Oh, right, that's Willie's kids, innit? Right, that's Willie's kids. So who's the fucking Duke of Sussex? I fucking hate this, man. I don't know why it does it. Is that Prince Andrew? Oh, shit. Any bets on who the Prince of Sussex is? Is it Prince Andrew? Fucking hell. The Duke of Sussex, and it gives you a fucking boozer. Oh, he's the Duke of Sussex. Harry boy, he's still in the mix. Right, so if Putler is Ming the Merciless, right, kills off old sausage fingers with a cancer. Ding! Williams get brain cancer. Ding! This devastates. He hits them with I don't know, a Ruski missile or something. And then wee Harry bounces in and we'll get a woke. Think it, man. If you hate, what's his name? Who's that big-eared football? If you hate Lineker and Prince Harry more than your average Joe, cunts have got inside you or not. I would argue, in my opinion. Anyway, Andrew going to be back in King and Outback. AI is marketing for computer programming. I just don't think AI exists. I understand that maybe people will. Is it self-learning? Is your algorithms, like, do you know when you're typing shit, it can predict what you've typed in before? Is that artificial intelligence or a clever fucking algorithm that stores what you put in before in there and then projects that you might fucking be typing the same thing? I'm fucking daft as a brush, and I can understand that being an algorithm. A lot of coding that has to go in, not a machine going, I'm now self-learned. And see all these, I actually use this phrase because it's morphing what AI means when they were talking about that picture that Kate put out. It's like, she's probably put it in a computer and clicked on the AI button to, get a shimmer, and it's fucked some shit up. And even there, I'm using it, the AI button. Clicked on the button to apply an algorithm to fucking try and make your picture look better. And if that's what artificial intelligence is doing and moving and shifting bits of body parts and all that, we're okay. The machines ain't going to take over anytime soon. But what the AI fear porn is putting into the public's consciousness, you can't trust your eyes. So you see fucking Sir Keir Starmer and Sunak having a cock train with each other in a bar one night. Nah, it's just AI. That's where it's leading. That's the way I see it. Yeah, man. AI is marketing spot on. Roberto, Australia is definitely not organised. Have one pub. Truly farland. Gaza conversation. Ridiculous settlement. Resettlement human beings reverting me across the continent. Well, mate, what's happening there, as atrocious as it is, has been happening since time immemorial. Unfortunately so. Horribly so. And I don't know, man. What do you say? I've watched that shit too long. I mean, I remember when I first started touching base with it. Getting me so fucking, I'm playing on my heartstrings so fucking much that I was fucking They're going to Gaza protests. They've done a speech or two at some of the Gaza things. And I remember, like, bouncing up, man, all fucking innocent and shit, like, we're here to save the Gazans, we're here to save the Gazans. And this guy's up at the stairs at the Royal Concert Hall in Glasgow. And he's got his megaphone out, like, save Palestine, save Palestine. And I was like, here, mate, can I get up and say something? As if like, I had to ask permission, you know, because there's a hierarchical structure and all that. That's why fucking anarchists are fucking retards. Oh, there's the head anarchist. Speak to him. What the fuck are you talking about? Anyway, you got to be a one-man anarchy show, man. Creator of universe beats artificial intelligence any day. Maybe the creator of the universe is artificial intelligence. Well, there's my God, man. My God's a number. So it's not binary. It's just infinite. It's infinity. To infinity and beyond. That blows my mind, thinking that numbers never end. Just like the universe. So is the universe numbers? Because they share the fact, as best as we can tell, and you're not a fire retard, they never end. Anyway, so we looked into the line of succession. That was fun. What's happening in Israel? Well, what the fuck is happening in Israel? Answered on a postcard. It doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon. What time's that? 12:30. Right, I'm going to head out shortly because I'm going to get myself to the gym today to de-stress. I've been playing computer games and eating chocolate for a week, trying to stay away from all this shit, and I come back and I couldn't not miss the P Diddy. What does the P stand for? P-I-M-P! I'm a motherfucking P-I-M-P! Breaking news! Puff Daddy has confirmed as a pimp. What? Oh, man. Next to be telling me the fucking Catholics are fiending, man. I'm a motherfucking P-I-M-P. I don't know what you've heard about me. That's what it is. Is that 50 Cent? It's 50 Cent, isn't it? I mean, he went playing, man. He went playing. And then somehow, some way, man, they just like he was a New York socialite, wasn't he? Is that what you call him? And then they start pulling out all the pictures with him and every fucking known fucking sex pest in fucking New York. See? You're like, what are you talking about? He's all loved him when you were at his parties and rapping his songs and shit. And in his songs he's telling you he's a fucking pimp and shit. He was even telling you he was hanging about with 13-year-old boys and taking them into his parties. Who was that? Bieber? Was that Bieber? On Usher and Bieber. And he was telling you on camera what he was doing. Then obviously, what is it, the Elaine Maxwell thing, show you with Elaine Maxwell. And then they just so pays to advertise, I suppose. Hold on. What if AI then connects up to the creator? I worship the infinite. The universe will bounce back. Well, I've heard that theory, mate. The universe is constantly contracting and expanding and all that, but it's all just theories, isn't it? Nobody will really know. Then we'll be dead and gone like that. Shit! Should have fucking had more hookers and blow. Focused on enjoying myself instead of obsessing about fucking magic men in the sky. I don't know, man. Show me a religion without fairy tales in it. Mine, for example, my religion has no fairy tales in it, just numbers. And all the good shit for all the other religions. You know, like don't eat yellow snow, try and no fuck your neighbour's wife, unless she's really fucking hot. Famous old things like that, man. You know, I'm on... I saw the main tenets of my religion. Mate, I'm going to scoot off shortly, man. So remember, stick a wee thumbs up. I don't know if you can hear, I'm still a wee bit hoarse. My throat was getting fucked there. But, hey, you know what we can do? Let's have one check back.
Civil fraud case, and financially could have been a lot worse for the former president. In February, he was found to have fraudulently inflated property values. He was initially...
Surely one of the prerequisites of being a news presenter is having two eyes that people can see. Am I just being fussy? It was like, I remember when I seen the first time I seen that weather presenter and she only had one arm. I'm like, how can she point and click? That's just me, man. Pays to advertise. Had that one marked when he called it with it.
He ordered to pay $464 million, but a court said he could pay the smaller sum within 10 days while he appeals against the penalty. The payment means the former president wards off asset seizures by the state. Mr. Trump claims it is all a political witch hunt. It is one of just a few court cases.
What's the Cat Williams one, buddy? I don't know if I've clocked that. I don't think I've clocked that one yet. No doubt it'll be doing the rounds after Pimp Daddy get caught sex trafficking. What does sex trafficking mean? He was a pimp and he flew those women around the world. Surely he should have been charged with this like when his fucking first record. Anyway. Welcome to Islam. Mate, this is full of shite as every other organised religion, man. Raping, pillaging, fairy tales. Walking on waters. What was the other one? The virgin birth, walking on water. Muhammad is apparently a mad shagger and all that shit. They're all full of shite, man. Every time I've touched base with them, I'm like, nah, I'm sorry, man. I stopped believing in Santa when I was 8-year-old. No, heard the Cat Williams one. His ring piece is intact because he refuses to give up his ass crack. I've already got a hot wife, mate. Maybe you can get me a hot wife like that. That bagel man. As hot as that, mate. Woo! No thanks. Keep it. I prefer a lady boy than that Sharia Begum or whatever, man. Cheers, Alan, my man. See you next time, William. Aye, so make sure you sub, bell up, and stick a wee thumbs up if you appreciate these things. Hopefully we'll be back next Saturday with Big Crossman. Just being Easter and all that shit, man. It's like I've got chocolate, football, tons of football, and a good fucking computer game to chill into. Instead of like seeing
cases that he is facing as he looks towards November's presidential election. Our correspondent Peter Bowes has more.
That's a toupee, innit?
Donald Trump
It's a fucking wig. That's plastered on. And in fact, I don't know who I'm talking about. Trump or the presenter.
The payment means the former
control in Gaza. There is no other way to describe it.
See the news cycles and cycles.
More civilians than in any other war in recent memory.
Oh wow, recent memory, but every cunt's like fucking Nemo or Dora or Doria. Fuck, I always fuck that up, and Alan always corrects me because he's an expert in finding Nemo.
Is in the newsroom. Rachel, what else do we know?
Well, we know that this was a...
Right, we know that kids are dead, so let's endlessly expose you to that shit. Endlessly. See what you see there? That's what we're all like with our fucking window licking devices. Me included. If you want proof in the pudding, walk down a fucking relatively busy high street or fucking just street in general. Just and see how many people literally just walk. I do it myself. I'm consciously trying to stop doing it because I'm just getting shocked at how many, the vast majority of people aren't walking down the street without that. It's fucking weird as fuck. And basically when you're doing that, that's you like, that's just never got you like that, man. I'm as much a victim as everybody. In fact, probably more a victim. But I'm conscious of it and admitting that it's not a problem, but it's no fucking healthy, is it? Like being like that. Anything. Whether it be a million and one things that you could be like that. Right, so fuck you, BBC, or was that Sky News? It triggered me there. That was Sky News. Oh, fuck, right, there we go. 12-year-old boys. Let's listen to this tripe. Rupert Murdoch tripe. So he gave up Sky News and put all his berries in Talk TV, The Times, and Virgin. In fact, I want to check that out. I'm acting like I've not got the fucking internet here. I'll tell you why, right? I'll show you exactly why. I listen to Talk Sport a lot, right? You get away from all this shite. It's just men taking the piss out of each other and talking about football. It's great fun, man. It is great fun. Right, and I don't know if you can see this wee app bit up here, right? That's the Talk Sport app. So you get Virgin, all your versions of Virgin on it. You've got your Times Radio, then you've got Talk Sport 2 and Talk Radio, right? So they're not all in the same app for no reason. They've got some sort of association. I've never checked out Rupert Murdoch's involvement in Virgin. I always thought it was a one-man Richard Branson band. But let me ask my brain. Does News Corp have interests in Virgin? God knows what I'm
Here are
right.
some results from a search.
Ah, fuck. See? Artificial intelligence! Fucking hell, can't even get a fucking... Right. Who owns Virgin Media? Fuck, I've got Virgin Tinterwebs. Who owns Virgin Media?
Virgin Media. Its parent organisation is Liberty Global.
Liberty Global. What a sweet name, eh? What could possibly go wrong with Liberty Global? Right, who the fuck are Liberty Global? Who's the parent company? Fucking hell, man, behave yourself. It's the Illuminati. It's fucking doing that because they know I'm cracking the code. What the fuck was this pish? Who's the CEO? Their name. I know this is great, man, but it's kind of the it's kind of the due diligence I like today, man, so you know who you're talking about. Because I just found it weird when TalkSport updated their app and started getting all these other. I need to do that. I'll do that one time because. Right, there we go. I think that must have just been a double L accidentally. Yep, you can. Oh, fuck all on it, man. Anyway. Aye. Can you find that out? See you later, Roberto. Black Hole, maybe Call of Duty. I'm pretty sure Call of Duty's got a fucking World War 3 hangout. Do you know what, mate? You want to know the weird thing? I bought it before, about 4 years ago, Call of Duty World War 2, because I used to love the first person shooters in the old PlayStation 2 days and Xbox. Take you back to World War 2, loved them, man. Back in the day. I don't like them anymore because I'm too shite. That's the reality. Just can't get by the first guy most of the time. Phone zombies. I refuse to use a phone for internet. I saw the zombie apocalypse coming. Sensible, man, mate. See, depending on your lifestyle and whatnot, sometimes it's hard to avoid. Number one, if you do or don't have a computer, pain in the arse. Most people, I'm going to argue, the majority of people now access the interwebs through their phone and apps and not the World Wide Web. Because I would argue apps is not the World Wide Web. It's not the same experience. And the same shit you can get on a desktop as to even a tablet. A tablet's just a big mobile phone. And I'm going to say the majority nowadays probably get their stuff from their phone. I do that when I'm on tour or in my bed. When I'm in my bed, it's obviously just Netflix. But it's happened, man. But seriously, next time you are just, I don't know if you people watch like me. I love to people watch, man. But I've just noticed it more and more and more. And everybody's just walking around like, can you get that screen away from their face, man? And I'm not excluding myself for that, by the way. I'm really not. I'm probably as bad or as what as I can be just as bad as everybody else. But man, there's no excuses. I'm just as bad as everybody else. I'm consciously trying to do it less. And only film myself when I'm walking about. Does that make a difference? Is me walking about like that any different from walking about like that? Probably not. Let me clear my notifications. You know, this is the stuff that the BBC think so badly. Hold on, and you can get a free £5 bet. Who says advertising doesn't work? See yesterday, right? I don't know if anybody's into their bookies. I got my Sky Bet reward. My Sky Bet reward was £2.50 builder bets. Oh, good stuff, man. What have I got? I don't even know. £5 free builder bet. Good shit. Oh, nice one. I wasn't expecting that, and I wasn't going to put any dough in. I've not put money into Sky Bet for about fucking 5 weeks now. I've just been... I won $5 about 5 weeks ago, and all the winnings on the free bets and stuff. And last night I was sitting at... Before I lost it, before they got it all back at me, you know, you could see, oh fucking hell, you get a wee run, you get all cocky. But as I said, I've not put any money in for 5 weeks. But I was on such a roll. And then I've just got a wee £5 bet. I'll do that in a second. Right, guys and girls, make sure you sub up and bell up, and I'll be doing a few wee videos and whatnot either later today or during the week. I might start watching the news again. Or I might just play Alone in the Dark. But I'm going to put my free bet on and get myself off to the gym. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stick a wee thumbs up. Let me just catch up. Zion, it's an info war. At least Iran has real commanders. What do you mean? Israel banning Al Jazeera like the West banning RTI? Mate, it wasn't even Israel banning it. It was Knitting Nutjob himself out making comments, man. Remember, Israel's the only democracy in the Middle East, everybody. And they've just passed a law to ban foreign media outlets. Freedom! Israel, black hole restricted on nearly bookies. So. Well, mate, you seen me there like that. Like, you seen there that as much a black hole as it is, I don't know, people on the telephones probably might struggle to get that. No, in fact, that's fucking Rumble. Should be able to get that easy peasy. A working press TV is a lot harder to get. Not that it's hard to find the link, it's hard to fucking get it working. But as you can see, they're covering their bases, 3 outlets. But what we're getting passed here in the UK, the Internet Freedom Bill or something. It's got to call that something as Orwellian as that, I'm pretty sure. This is the Internet Freedom Bill or some shit like that. No. It looks miserable out there, but at least the fucking... Yeah, see, since I've started going back to the gym, I've lost half my belly. I'm not even joking. I'm doing well. Right, hold on, I need to look at the poll. Need to do that. Fuck, 19 votes. Right, so will history judge World War 3 to be happening now? I probably could have worded that a lot better, but I ain't fucking Shakespeare, that's for sure. 32% said yes, 42% said no, 26%. So, well, the no's have it. The no's have it. But pretty close run thing, if you get me. It's not like a clear out opinion on it, you know. I just think, for me, I would say Syria was the boss on the table. Because if you did scratch beneath the surface, and Syria was Russia versus the US stroke West. In fact, it was only the last month or so. I think I'd done a video about it. There was SAS soldiers who were getting court-martialed for killing people. Innocent people, apparently. And they were getting court-martialed. And they were inside Syria this year or something, or was it the arse end of last year? So, although Syria is no longer in the news cycle, it's certainly much still on the game board when it comes to World War 3. And I suppose I'll get your last votes in, anybody and everybody that's in there, before I'll close it down in the next 5 minutes. And it depends what you classify as World War. I think somebody in the chat mentioned earlier on, during World War I, people weren't calling it World War. They were calling it war. And then when World War II came, later on they called it the Great War. You know, that was a really fucking great war. Fucking yes! Had a great one. It was like the victorious the victorious Vikings coming back for your raping and pillaging, like, yeah! All that shit. And then World War II came along, they were like, alright, we like these numbers thing. And we're no nailing our flag to a mast. You know, it's fluid. We can make it up as we go along. Then we had the Vietnam War. Well, what would you scrape that down to? That was China versus the West, wasn't it? Then we had the Cold War. That was Russia versus the West. Then we had the Iraq War. That was just kill Abduls and steal their oil fucking war. Right, so will history judge yes? 32% says yes, 42% says no, 26% says not sure. Boom shakalaka. Unchain our unicorn. I said no because I think worst is yet to come. I get what you mean, mate. I just think the first shots. In fact, I'm pretty sure it happened, but it kind of swept under the carpet. I'm pretty sure. I know Russians died in that fucking war, but they died fighting ISIS. But was it fucking Brad in a fucking turban? Who knows? You decide. But I would put if we could get to the real truth, which we never will. But I would put money on it, at least 50 pence, that America, that's about my level, Americans killed Ruskies and Ruskies killed Americans, or the Western soldiers inside Syria. I think that's a fair given for people who would maybe have somewhat of people who share the same roughly the same idea of what was going on in that country, rather than ISIS were there and Russia and America were in fighting them. Oh, and Assad was the next Hitler at the time, and he gassed his own people. Oh man. Anywho. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you did enjoy it, stick a wee thumbs up. Our black hole top cake war. So what was kind of the point it was getting to there, the reason I would say that was the starting point for me was that was the first kinetic war. That was the first kinetic booms. And it's happening left, right and centre now, man. That's Iran. That's Israel struck Iranian territory with a missile, killing ambassadors and all that. Mental. And when the diplomats are fair game in a war, countries retract their diplomats because they're the VIPs, mother. I'm a VIP motherfucking P. And then you've got no diplomatic communication, and that's the way it could escalate anyway. Who knows? You decide. I'm going to go and put a bet on and get to the gym and sit in a sauna and steam room for a bit. Alrighty, boob tubes, thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned. Catchies, no cats or cheese. Maybe only some Iranian. Passengers were harmed in this filming.
Clips. And remember, citizens, always subscribe. Hit the notification bell as well. And $19.95 plus shipping and handling will keep you out of hell.